I am joined by May Be Fern, Kate Fern, Hannah May, Maddie Spillman, and Ian Spillman. And we're really excited to have your sophomore album out in the world right now. Three of Swords. How y'all feeling?
We feel good.
Yeah, so excited.
So exciting. And I know it's a few years in the making, so we'll get into that. But I first want to hear a little bit about what brought y'all together, because we know from this album and your work prior, you go through lots of different genres. You kind of touch upon different vibes. So were you all like friends of friends or in the scene in separate ways? Like, how'd you all meet?
We actually started out as a duo with just Hannah and I, and that's where the name came from. Kate Fern, Hannah May Be Fern. And we met because my grandpa and her dad were playing music in the same community, and they knew that we both were working at Starbucks together. Yeah. We're free now. But
Go ahead and censor that.
Yeah. Please bleep that out. But yeah, we finally met up, and we were like, well, we might as well try it out since everybody keeps telling us that we'd be a good match. Mm-hmm. And we played Rhiannon, and like the harmonies were perfect. It just like instantly clicked. There was like instant chemistry there, creative chemistry. And so we played out as the two of us for a year. And then Maddie and I had known each other since we were like 10 years old in the theater community. And we had fallen apart, but after seeing Hannah and I post videos of us doing like bus gig and stuff like that, she hit me up and asked if we needed an extra member. And we had just decided that we wanted to expand. And I knew how talented Maddie was. And I was like, absolutely, without a doubt. Like, we need this girl part of it. And and then we started playing Denver.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it's like a generational thing. I didn't realize it came from the parents and the grandparents. Well, that's super exciting. And I hear the harmonies are magic. The first song I heard was Maggie Jane. And I was like, wait a minute, what? So the chemistry is incredible. But y'all are pulling from different things. I mean, I saw some theater elements in your influences, like Judy Garland. But also there's some rock influences as well, some new wave influences. How are y'all pulling this all into your sound? Like, where are you finding your inspiration?
Yeah, we definitely all have very different backgrounds. Ian and I grew up playing in a like family funk band, and so the funk part of that comes from the Spillman genes.
It's called the Spillionaires, by the way. That was the name of the band.
Okay, wait, that's amazing.
We first played at my high school graduation party, and then the band just like expanded from there, and now it's 9-piece.
Yeah, last time we did it, it's a 9-piece with like horns, 2 lead singers, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. It's a good time.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. So there's the funk piece.
Yes.
And then where else are we pulling? I know the funk is kind of central, but there's a lot of rock as well in your sound.
Funk rock is kind of, we all have like a ton of different influences. I've got like soul, Hannah's got blues, but funk rock is where we all met, and like we all had that in common, was like rock and funk. The Urban Suburbans was rock, right?
Oh, yeah. Ian and I were also in a band when we were in like middle school with our cousins called the Urban Suburbans.
That I was almost the lead
and we wanted Kate
of.
to be the singer, and it just didn't work out.
I was in too many shows, like theater shows. Yeah.
Well, here you are together on May Be Fern decades later. Yeah. And you released OK Grandma in 2023, which that has, I can hear the soul and I can hear the funk. But with this new album, you're kind of coming into a heavier sound, a leaning more into like a more of a hardcore, some grunge. And this is, like I said, your sophomore album, and it's called Three of Swords, which I was like, the image looks very familiar, first of all. I'm like, okay, that looks like a tarot card. And so bring me into, how did that influence the themes of what you were writing about and the vibe of this album?
Yeah, hugely. I feel like the darker sound comes from the fact that we used this album to really deal with like harder emotions, which is also like another way that we sort through life, and the hard moments of life is like tarot. So combining those two concepts and then really allowing our souls to speak on this album was like how it got harder, I think.
No, you can tell you're like processing through things. Like there are lighter moments, but then there are darker moments as well. But very excited. We're going to play a couple of tracks in just a moment. But I have to ask, the swords, are they all like your vibes?
They are.
Okay, I picked up on that. I was like, these are fashion babes, so that's pretty cool.
And they're in the order of the audience view of us on stage.
Oh, sick. I love that intentionality. On the flip side, you know, it's about the tarot card is about dealing with heartbreak and sorrow and all these like heavier emotions, but also healing and growth. So we definitely hear some of that. It was recorded at Mighty Fine Studios right here in Colorado, which they have a lot of great music that comes through. So very excited to show that representation. And let's get into the first track, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit of what opens up this album called Fine Is Her Name.
I get lost in her deep blue eyes. I go to sleep alone, but she's in my mind.
Okay, we're opening up with those jazzy key works from you, Hannah. Bring me into what was going on with this record. I pulled out like this like unlocking potential and having like another perspective look into you. Am I on at all?
Yeah, you're dead on.
Yeah. This song is about like feminine power. It's about someone who is really in tune. And like instrumentally, we wanted it to be May Be Fern, right? Like we don't really know what genre it is. It's upbeat. It's all over the place.
Yeah. It's also it's written like about a specific person in our life. So the whole time we kept being like, we have to make sure this like does her justice. You know, it has to feel like her energy, and like she's a real guide for us. So like she crafts me into someone I wish I could have seen. Like she always sees the best possible version of you. She always sees what you could be. Like,
wait, that's so beautiful. And I don't know this person, but it sounds like you did them justice because it's such a beautiful, welcoming opening to this album, which there's a lot of like shorter songs, so we get to see a lot of different sides of May Be Fern. The next song that I wanted to play was the song Stars Cry, which goes back to the funk for sure. So let's cue that one up next.
I'd be this blue. I think I need a new tattoo.
I always resonate with that last line.
Same.
Stars Cry, opening it up on the drums and the bass, Kate and Ian. Now this song, it brings in the funk. What was going on when you were writing this?
I was like, please guys, we need a soul song. Pretty please. And the three of us started cooking on it and we kept getting stuck and we were like, Ian, brother, help us out.
Yeah.
You really glued this song together.
Yes.
Thank you. They brought it to me as just kind of the chords and the like
Lyrics.
the chords and lyrics, kind of like a idea of a groove, but that's like kind of why they hit me up for it. And something about it, I heard it and I just started thinking like, this kind of sounds like a Meters tune.
Yes.
Like this kind of sounds like some New Orleans like. So I've felt like the kind of loose like New Orleans funk, like zigaboo backbeat would kind of do justice to it. And I was happy with how it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally feel that vibe as well. I want to know, was there any specific direction with these lyrics? Because I love, like, it seems like the speaker is like coming into a new place in their life or something, and maybe dealing with things like processing. Like, what was going on to inspire this kind of a sound?
Yeah, the whole album, like pretty much every lyric on this album addresses some part of healing. And so like the album is the nonlinear journey of healing. And this particular point in it is like you're tired of like someone that you call a friend continuing to let you down, and like you're taking it upon yourself. Like, I guess I'll handle this. Like I'm kind of tired of waiting on you. like I got to come back into me. I got to recenter on this. So yeah, those are the lyrics for that one. The little background vocals though, like Lauren helped write in the studio. Those did not exist beforehand, and she was like, I think I'm feeling a little something like emphasize your point back there, and yeah.
Those magic moments in the studio, and that's how you know you have a really great producer by your side working with you.
Yeah.
This was the first time we really had like a actual producer on our music too. Our first album, we went in and we were like, we want it to sound exactly how it sounds live so that we could do it live perfectly. And this one, Lauren kind of helped us loosen up on that and like, well, no, we're in the studio. Let's make this big and huge and add all this stuff. And
Yeah.
then it came time for our release show and we were like, oh no.
How do we do this?
I can't do this live. now.
You got this. You got this.
Lauren convinced me to put like 8 percussion tracks on every song. I'm like, okay, how are we going to do this at Globe Hall? Like, how are we going to do this live?
You said this was like the non-linear, vibe of going through these kinds of emotions. And I really resonate with that because you covered a lot of different sounds. Like we've been saying, I was picking up on, some of the sounds we heard at the last album, like funk and kind of pop and alt rock. But then I heard some grunge and hardcore and shoegaze and indie. And you were going through different eras as well, like heard a little bit of 80s influence, a little bit of 70s influence. And this next song, I was hearing straight like surfer 60s with Blood Beach. And this was one of the singles that you released where we were like, what are we going to get into here? Because all of your singles had a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Definitely a retro vibe with that one.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm on a beach. I know that much.
How could you tell?
So what was inspiring this? What was the vibe behind this?
Yeah, so there's a show on Shudder called Dragula.
I worship the Belay DC Titans.
We were just talking about the cast.
Maybe Fern is Team Sigourney.
Yes, we are. We are officially Sigourney. Yes.
And also Team Priscilla.
Yeah.
Okay, then you know.
I love that Mothers made it in.
Season 4, Episode 2, they did the Vampire Beach Challenge.
Yes, I was thinking of that.
Yes. We watched that show and we were like, damn, they really need a song to be dancing to here.
We were like, we can write that song. Yeah.
That was the inspiration.
I got one more to play just because this is kind of a newer sound versus the last one. So let's hear a little bit of The Tower.
A strike of lightning to the core of who I am. Old rules won't apply as the light falls from the sky. Brace yourself.
Woo, The Tower. One of a few other darker songs on the album, but necessary to tell the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to me about The Tower because I was getting almost like you're casting a spell from this track.
Yeah. It is the other direct tarot reference. This entire song is it's the tarot card, it's the Tower. And what it means when it comes into your life and how to take it and what it advises for you. Because it means that something's about to fall apart. Something's going to crumble. So that's the first lyrics, a strike of lightning to the core of who I am. The visual on the Tower card is a tower being struck by lightning before it collapses. So this and Old Ways Die are very much it's going to hurt so bad, but you have to let it go for better stuff to come in.
Exactly. The healing part, the new growth part.
Exactly.
And yeah, definitely very much of a climax in this song as well. I really enjoyed seeing this other side of May Be Fern. So I'm excited to see y'all grow as a band and bring us into different aspects of your sound as this is your sophomore album. So congratulations on that because y'all killed it.
Thank you.
Wow, May Be Fern in the studio with me. So excited to have y'all at Kuvo and to showcase your music on the Jazz Odyssey. and support y'all as a band. Like, you are doing an amazing job for the community, for the music, and I know that's really central to like your mission. So I really, really appreciate you coming on Kuvo and sharing a little more about it.
Thank you so much
you.
for having
Yeah.
us.
Thanks for having
This
us.
is an honor.
Yes. Okay, so people can stay connected. Let's shout out all the ways. I have maybefernband.co, and what handles would be the best for folks to see what's going on?
Yeah, we are online at May_B_Fern. We're super active on Instagram and Facebook. We have a TikTok. We're kind of active on there.
It exists.
But yeah, it's one of the TikTok accounts of all time. Yeah. Our website, though, has a show calendar that is always up to date on it, so you can always see where we're going to be on there.
You'd all do a great job at that, by the way, on just like marketing yourselves. And I know that's a whole other job on its own. Yeah. So perfect. Well, May Be Fern, this has been a blast. And congratulations again on the new album. Thank you. Your album, 3 of Swords, out everywhere for streaming and available for you to really sink into and enjoy. So thank you again, May Be Fern.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks for having us.